Okay. Ooh, I'm looking like a poet right now. Yes. Okay, let's get some. Let me see. Beam, blush, pop, crush, glow. Ooh, I really like this black and white one. I can dig it. Can you guys dig it? Heck yeah, I can dig it. Okay. Okay. Now, how do I do this? No. Do I do this? No. I don't know why it's doing that, but okay. So guys, I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. I am perfectly okay. Thank you so much to everyone who has been asking me. There has been other developments. Hey there, beautiful Bianca. Hey, Aaron. Hey, guys, go subscribe to Aaron, by the way. He's absolutely amazing. When we were in LA, I was hanging out with this guy so much. Aaron, you know that I'm going to be going back as soon as, like, all this stops. As soon as all this stops, I'm going to be back. But I don't want to say I'm scared, because I believe that fear and faith can't live in the same place, but I'm concerned, okay? As I should be, because I live in an urban area. And I'm just a little bit concerned because in all the time I've lived in New York, I've never seen the National Guard here. So why is the National Guard rolling down the streets of New York with their tanks, you know? Certain things, naturally, I have to be alarmed for. Emmanuel Briggs, hi Bianca, nice to see you. Nice to see you too, hey. Certain things I just have to be alarmed for, you know? People, here's the thing, right? When there's no money, crime rates rise. And I feel like the government knows that, or else why call in the National Guard? People, okay, self-preservation is the #1 rule. So people are going to start stealing because there are people who don't have enough money for food, who don't have enough money for toiletries, who don't have enough money for, feminine products, which are very, very important, by the way. The guards are in New York City right now. Yes, right now. They're in New York City right now. So, and this $1,000, I'm not saying that $1,000 won't help. But what I'm saying is that at this point, I feel like so many people are so far behind on their bills and other things like that, that it's like $1,000 just isn't enough. What about the children, you know? And I feel so sorry for the people, because I know that they're like, oh, stock up on food. And, I was talking to my patrons about this. I was like, guys, stock up on food just in case they shut down the supermarkets. Some people can't afford to stock up on food. Like, that's the reality of the America that we live in. Some people simply don't make enough. They live paycheck to paycheck. They don't have enough so that they can, stock up on food and stock up on other items that they need. And I'm sure at times like this, they're very scared. And then seeing the National Guard doesn't help at all. And then Governor Cuomo, that's our governor here in New York, he did a press conference like he doesn't have a clue in the world as to why it is everyone is so worried. Why wouldn't we be worried? He's like, well, it's not martial law. Okay. So everything is shut down, first of all. So there's nowhere to go except for to the grocery store and your home. So that's one way of discouraging people from hanging out, because there is nowhere to hang out. Mayor de Blasio said there can't be too many people congregating in one place. That's another thing. Oh yes, the police came and shut down a wedding because there were too many people in one place. What's de Blasio doing? Exactly that. Telling people, oh, 10 people here, too many people congregating in one place. Move along now, move along. That's what he's doing. So now, they're saying between 8 and 5, right? California is on a lockdown, okay? And I knew California would be on lockdown because San Francisco was on lockdown. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to lock down San Francisco and not lock down all of California. So it makes sense. There's a story out saying that 27 MTA workers, MTA is like our public transportation here in New York, they're saying 27 of them have coronavirus. And, you know, people have been talking like they're going to shut down the MTA. Less people taking the MTA, and then the people who are working the MTA, some of them are sick, they're going to shut down the MTA. Or at least they're going to shut them down between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. to discourage us from being outside. With, you know, the whole Uber, you know how you do Uber pool? Done. Mayor de Blasio said too many people congregating in one car. Done. Lyft, Via, Juno, all that. LA is in the process of locking down as we speak. Yeah, we're in the process of locking down as we speak too. Everything is closing down. The supermarkets keep cutting back on their hours and cutting back on their hours and cutting back on their hours. Little by little, you guys are going to see it. They're going to say, oh, we're not open on Sundays because, I don't know, you know, it's not even like anybody can go to church. They shut down the churches too. Then they're going to close down on the Saturdays. Little by little, you guys will see it. All I can say is stock up on food. Stock up on food because it's very, very important. And drink tea. Leilani's Kitchen, welcome, welcome. Guys, go subscribe to Leilani's Kitchen. Leilani's Kitchen, you know, wherever you are. I don't know what state you're in, but, you know, I hope you're safe. And I hope everything is all right with you. You know, guys, go subscribe to her. She's an amazing woman. Hi, Bianca. How have you been? I'm absolutely wonderful. How are you, Satchet 7 Network? Satchet 7 Network, I've been updating on the Patreon, so I'm good. I've been making, you know, videos on, like, things that you'll need and like a list of supplies and things like that because it's important. I hope everyone has a first aid kit in their house because it's very important at a time like this. A lot of people are going crazy over hand sanitizer, but maybe I should make a video about it. You can actually make your own hand sanitizer. Also, hibiscus tea is really, really, really good, okay? Elderberry, you know, things like that, that boost your immune system. I always have tea in the house because I'm just that kind of person. I like to drink tea, but I know a lot of people, when you go to their house, they have no tea. Like when I went over to my friend's house, she didn't have any tea. I was like, how do you not have any tea? She's like, oh, I only have tea, you know, during the winter time. And I'm like, you should always have tea in your house. Always. Even if you never touch it, just in case. I'm one of those people, okay? Just in case, I have tea in the house, okay? Because the last thing I want is to be at a supermarket fighting with these, you know, people over toilet paper and over tea and nonsense. And then when I went to go to the supermarket today, the police was there. And the next time, I bet the National Guard will be there because the line was literally around the corner and they can only have like a certain amount of people. I'm a tea drinker. I have plenty of tea. That's what I'm talking about. They can only have a certain amount of people in the supermarket at that time. Cops at the supermarket, yeah, because people are fighting over toilet paper. People are fighting over Lysol wipes. It's, you know, it's gotten real uncivilized in New York City, I must say. Real Aaron Collins, I completely agree with you. Now is the time for us to strengthen our faith. I completely agree. And for those people who are not religious, you know, because I don't want to push my religion on anyone. For those of you who are not religious, at a time like this, just stock up on supplies because it absolutely positively does not hurt to be prepared. And the reality is that I don't know when this is going to end. My corner store is fully stocked with water and toilet paper. Oh, that's good. Now, I don't know when this is going to end, but let's just say, right, because this quarantine is being compared to the Spanish flu of the early 1900s in 1918, I believe it was. That lasted for a year. Americans cannot stay quarantined for a year. Americans can't stay quarantined for 6 months. First and foremost, many people who have had to file for unemployment because they've laid off, unemployment doesn't last forever. That's going to run out for the people who have filed for it. You know, secondly, not just the unemployment, money. Money is a big thing, you know? What about the people with kids? What are they going to do now? I'm literally just sitting here, you know, thinking and hoping that things go back to normal within the next 30 days because I don't want to have to see people acting crazy. Or else, why else do you think the National Guard is here? And that whole, oh, we'll give families $1,000, we'll give them $2,000, give everybody $5,000 in the meantime, okay? Did they close the bodegas also, Bianca? No. The bodegas are like, they're not like chains, you know? Like a lot of the chain stores are the ones that are hard to get into, like Target, like a Trader Joe's, like a Whole Foods, because there's literally like everybody and their mother and their cousins are like in the store at one time, and it's so difficult to get supplies. But the bodega, it's really normal, honestly. You see the same crackhead kicking it in the front of the bodega. You see the same cat sleeping on the bread. It's really, really normal at the bodega, you know. Poppy, who runs the bodega, he's cool. He's happy to see us all. You know, the only Corona he knows is beer, so, you know, all is well. I will say that. If the bodegas stay, if all the supermarkets close, but the bodegas stay open, Brooklyn, we're going to make it through. We are going to make it through. I can tell you that much. And, yeah, I hope they do stay open. And, you know, there really hasn't been, because the places that are closing down are the ones with a lot of, you know, presence in it. So there aren't really a lot of people in the bodega. So there's no need for, like, police officers to come in like, hey, too many of you guys congregating in one place, you know, so. And you know, it's so weird. You'll typically see, like, here in, like, Harlem or Brooklyn and stuff, like, these guys who are always hanging out, like, playing, I forgot what's the name of that dice game, but they're always, like, playing it outside of the liquor store. They are nowhere to be found. Okay? I guess when, you know, Mayor de Blasio said everybody has to keep 6 feet from each other, they're like, oh, well, I gotta, you know, stay away from my homeboy, you know, because, so, yeah. And I know someone's like, oh, hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, no. Craps. Yes, that's the name of it, Craps. Even they're gone. That's how you know it's serious, okay? The owner of that liquor store has been trying to get those men from out in front of his store for years. All of a sudden, there's a pandemic, they're gone. And then now I see these kids at spring break, even though I'm really not that much older than them, but the college students at spring break, they're like not practicing social distance. There's literally like thousands of people on Miami Beach, okay? Thousands of people touching, thousands of people holding hands, thousands of people kissing. You know, people are drinking alcohol, so you know, God knows what else is happening. And it's like, I thought we're supposed to be practicing social distance. And the last thing I want is for, you know, any mayor of like Florida or wherever a majority of these spring breakers come from to say, oh, you don't want to follow instructions? Okay, so, you know, we were about to be quarantined for this amount of time, but now we're about to add on like an extra 30 days because you don't listen. Like, these are the kinds of things that make people suffer, because it's like, why are you at the beach? And maybe it's just me, I don't even like the beach like that. I really don't. I don't like the beach like that because it's like, first of all, there are so many people in the water. I saw a movie called Jaws years ago, so I was never really a fan of the beach anyways, but especially now that there's like a human version of the cooties, why are like, I'm a Scorpio. I already don't like people in my space, but now especially it's kind of like, why? Why are we all here at the same place at the same time? I don't understand how people aren't paranoid. I can't even stand to have like anyone cough around me or sneeze around me. And not to be rude or anything, but there was this man who like sneezed at Dwayne Reed. And then he was like, sorry guys, it's allergies. And this man told him, he's like, dude, you sneezed 2 times already. That's enough. And I'm sorry, I had to back him up. I'm like, I agree. Like, you know, the first time it's like, okay, but the second time I'm like, you know, come on, like everyone's on edge right now, and you know, you've exceeded your amount of sneezing. You know how like Steph Curry, he was about to cough and then he was like, let me not do it. At this moment in time, everybody needs to be extra careful, okay? If you thought you were going to cough, all right? If you thought. And you know, people who do that weird sound with their throat, that I don't know how to do it, but if they do like that weird sound with their throat, you guys aren't allowed to do that either, okay? I understand allergy season is coming, all right? But you're gonna be cooped up in the house, so I'm not trying to hear any of that at all. I mean, I would just hear that sound randomly sometimes in the spring when people have their allergies, and it's like, I do not want to hear that at all. But guys, very, very important in this time. Make sure that you guys stay hydrated. I don't know about anybody else, but you know, make sure you drink lots of water, because drinking lots of water, it cleans your system and it makes it hard for any virus to try to attach to your system. So, you know, if you are the kind of person, you know when you drink a gallon of water a day, and anyone who has ever drank a gallon of water a day, you know. Somebody's like, oh, but you're going to spend the whole day, you know, going, you know, well, whatever. You know, you're in the house all day, so might as well spend the whole day drinking water, okay? I know some people who don't like to drink water at all. Like, I knew one person, they said they didn't like the taste of water. I'm like, oh, you nasty. I can't make that noise either, and I actually had a bad allergy, but I don't make that noise. You know the noise that I'm talking about that people make with the back of their throat, and it drives me insane when they do that. And it's like, please stop. Like, please stop. I hate that sound. I hate it so bad. I hate it so, so bad. So that's something else I'm not going to be looking forward to, because now it's going to be allergy season, and it's like, well, are you sneezing and because you're sick, or are you sneezing because it's allergies? It's hard to tell. Now it's just like a huge paranoia, and that's basically the only thing people leave the house for, is to go to the supermarket, and then it's allergy season is upon us, and we're gonna have to hear people sneeze, and we're gonna have to hear people cough, and we're gonna have to see people blow their nose. And I'm a little bit upset that it took a major pandemic for some of you people, not my subscribers, because my subscribers, you know, all of us, we in the same club, we wash our hands, but some of you people to wash your hands. I had a cousin, oh, hold on, wait, I messed up. I had a cousin that would do it for an hour every morning and the evening. Ooh, I couldn't deal with that. Just make my skin crawl. But no. Did you see my last comment, Bianca, about the Psalms? Yes, I saw it, Aaron. And like I said, I agree with you. We need to stay prayed up. I totally agree with you, Aaron. And Aaron, we have to talk on the phone too when we get a chance, because it's like, if New York is on lockdown, LA is on lockdown, it's only a matter of time. To my knowledge, somebody in Chicago said that they saw the National Guard, but they're not on lockdown yet. But it's like, if California's on lockdown and New York's on lockdown, and we're like the two major states, like if the West Coast, because California makes up a lot of the West Coast, and then New York for the East Coast, like, honestly, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before it goes to the other states. Only a matter of time. So I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I'm okay. I hope this will be over soon. This whole new state of everybody stay in the house kind of thing. When do you guys think this will be over? Okay. We go on lockdown Sunday at 8 p.m. When you say we, do you mean New York? Because I feel like New York's already on lockdown. You can't travel anywhere at all. So, New York City. Oh, what a joy. Not the one, I meant the one about the boy in Brooklyn that jumped the girl. Oh, New York State. You know what? I'm so happy that you told me that, because I'm going to run to the supermarket one last time while I still have the chance. I'm guessing like April 15th to the end, maybe. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I mean, I know parents love their kids, but can you imagine being quarantined with kids all day? Like, I babysit my sister's kids, and I would feel like I need a break. Like, I love my nieces and nephews. I think they're absolutely amazing, you know, and, you know, I want them to grow and flourish in life. But even I, as a person, need my space. I can't imagine as a parent, you're used to dropping your kid off at school. Now you have to homeschool them. On top of that, you have to do work. On top of that, you know, kids are probably hungry every 5 seconds. I mean, Ooh, I don't know how you guys doing. We'll talk later, guys. Satchet Network, email me so we can talk, okay? Because we need to talk. We need to talk.